There's been times where I met a really famous pop star who was #2 on iTunes, right behind David Guetta and Nicki Minaj. I met her at a restaurant bar. 10 minutes later, blowing me in the bathroom, and then I fucked her in the bathroom. The best part was, though, wasn't that? It was when I walked out of the bathroom. First of all, okay, if you ever hook up with a girl in the bathroom, be like the classy guy and be like, listen, I'm gonna let you get cleaned up first, right? I'll be the slut who walks out, right? So I walk out first. And right when I walk out, my waiter comes up to me. He knew the whole thing was going on the whole time, but he didn't care. He's a badass. He's like, sir, are you okay? Like, get you a towel, please? Sit down. Let me escort you. Like, and the best part was my whole table. I'm not going to say their names because they probably don't want to be mentioned. There's guys you would know, right? And the whole table, as I'm walking back, stands up in the middle of the restaurant. Standing ovation. The whole restaurant knew girls were coming in and out the whole time. It was fucking awesome. The best part was when she walked out, I get a standing ovation, but she walks out and everyone gives her these eyes like all the girls are like, oh, you slut. Oh, terrible. It's hilarious. It's gotten to a ridiculous point with like the social god system, as you guys know. It's just like, so my New Year's, I was in San Diego at a party, and we ended up with our after party at 4 in the morning with me and a buddy of mine and 14 girls, like 11 of which were like bottle girls at different clubs, like really hot girls, right? And this wasn't like we had a penthouse at our after party. It was like a tiny ass little hotel room in San Diego. But those things just happen now for me, and it's really fucking awesome. 14 girls in your hotel room, your small hotel room, kind of drunk at 4 in the morning, good situation to be in, all right? And on top of that, there's like, depending on what you're looking for, you'll meet tons of women in all kinds of situations, different ages. That's the best part about this. What you're gonna learn here, these 4 things, make women obsess over you, no matter their age, their experience, whatever. Okay, this is the DNA shit, right? The shit that doesn't change over a lifetime. The shit that's, as we call it, factory installed. So, what is the female obsession response? Why are we all here? What is the female obsession response? Have you ever noticed how some girls seem to be obsessed with certain guys? Anyone know a girl right now who's just like a friend of yours, but she's just like obsessed with a guy? Everyone have someone like that? Better question yet. Who here has ever obsessed over a girl? All of us, right? We all have. Here's the big question. Why? What was it that made you obsess over her? What was that thing that made you think about her all the time, wondering where she was? What's she doing? Is she with another guy? Where do I stand with her? Or better yet, what is it that makes her feel that same way about that guy that she's obsessed with right now? Why does she think about him all the time over all the other guys, right? Because she has options. What's so different about that one guy that makes her like just obsessed, right? She stalks him on Facebook. She's wondering, she's thinking about him all the time. What is the difference? What makes that happen? That is what we're going to be decoding today. So in those situations with the girl that you obsessed over, she had triggered this obsession response in you. It works both ways, okay? But when girls, who here has ever had a girl that's obsessed with them? You enjoy it? Do we as men like being obsessed over? I don't have an issue admitting that. I don't. Fuck it. I like it. Same thing. You triggered the obsession response in her, not knowing it. Only difference is now you're going to know how to do it consciously whenever you want. So this is hard-coded in her DNA. She can't help it, right? And just a little warning before we begin. You'll see as we walk this journey together here, your brain will be lighting up nonstop with realizations about everything that you've seen with women in your own life and with your friends and their dealings with women as well. All right? And a lot of it will piss you off because you'll see mistakes you made. And a lot of it will make you crazy excited because you're also going to realize, holy shit, I can flip this on women. I can do this myself. I can do this with the women that I know. So why are they forbidden? Why are the 7 words forbidden? All right, well, they're forbidden because when her response is triggered, she has no rational control over it. Okay, does everyone get that? Has everyone heard of the triune brain theory? Draw it up here real quick. All right, so I don't know everything about the human brain. I certainly don't. I'm not a brain researcher at all. I just use what I know about the brain to fuck girls. But they've found basically that the human brain can be broken down into, it's almost like 3 levels. So they call it so they break down into 3 levels. And over evolution, as we've evolved, we started off with what they call the lizard brain, or the reptilian brain, right? That is our, like the most, like you call it your, your autonomic nervous system, right? This is the shit that it metabolizes food for you without thinking. It's why if you consciously stop breathing, you will start breathing. It breathes for you, right? It handles all the shit that you don't think about. That's the lizard brain, right? It's all about survival. And as we evolved, we developed the next level. It's called the emotional brain, okay? It's actually where we weren't just like a creature who lives in the sea at the bottom of the ocean like a crustacean and just survives. We actually have emotions now. We feel. That was the next level. Okay, and then right around maybe 12,000 years ago, right at like when the agriculture era kind of like blew up and we started being able to make food and grain and stuff like that, they noticed that a new level was created, the conscious brain, okay? It's like your frontal lobe. These are the 3 levels. The conscious brain is where you do all your rationalizing, your analyzing, okay? The emotional brain, obviously, is what we feel, okay? And this one we don't really think about that much. Here's the thing, though. Our decisions, unless you have a very, like, you're very rational, okay, even the guys who think they're really analytical and they're completely, like, rational all the time, most of the time they're not. Almost every decision you make is actually made unconsciously with your emotional brain, okay? Your brain, unconsciously, it goes, is this going to move me away from pain and is it going to move me towards pleasure? And if it weighs enough in both of those favors, that's what you're going to do, okay? Everyone who came here today, your decision was made emotionally, okay? It wasn't like we had, we made like a chart with like pros and cons and like we rationalize it. No, it was made emotionally, okay? And what happens is your conscious brain, once the decision's made here, which happens instantly, you spend the rest of the time coming up with the best rationalization for why you did it after, okay? Most people don't understand this. Almost all of our decisions are made emotionally, and the conscious brain will rationalize it after. Girl, emotionally, she feels an emotion, a pull, a desire, an attraction to fuck a guy, and then she rationalizes it later, right? This is like the perfect Friday night, one-night stand, meets a guy, he's fucking awesome, he makes fun of her, he's kind of a dick to her, and then he takes her home and fucks her. When she leaves the next morning, okay, once the emotions are gone, now she's gonna, that whole walk home, you know what she's thinking about? What's the best excuse I can have for why I just did it? She's trying to figure out why she did it, right? She's gonna rationalize it after, okay? And understanding this is very, very powerful. Most people don't know this. And when you trigger the female obsession response, she has zero control over it, okay? What we're gonna talk about here, it works completely on the emotional brain, okay? So she'll come up with all kinds of reasons why she's obsessed with you, right? everyone here, for that girl that you were obsessed with, you were all up here. You were trying to figure out why. It was all rational, right? But you didn't realize that, dude, the whole thing happened with your emotional brain. If you had worked on it on this level, you'd figured out. If we had reassociated your pain and pleasure with being with that girl, if we made it really painful for you to actually be with that girl and not like a lot of pleasure, there was like a low promise of pleasure, you would have lost the obsession. It would have just ended right away, okay? It happens here. And this makes a lot of people uncomfortable at first, and then once you accept it completely, then you're like, holy shit, because you realize how much power it gives you now to actually control your decision making, all right? But when you trigger this shit in a girl, it happens all here, she has no rational control over it, and she's obsessed, okay? That is it. I'll keep that up there. And of course, because that is some pretty serious shit, right? That sounds like a lot of power over women. That's why I'm obviously only allowed Team Capital VIP to be here today and to be watching it at home. Right? I know you guys are the kinds of badasses who will use this for good, who will use it to inspire your women into happier, more exciting, and more sexually fulfilling lives. Everyone say yes, I agree. I'm gonna use it for good. Mostly, a little bit bad, perfect, okay. And just a little thing, like anyone here who's ever learned any other pickup stuff, like PUA stuff before you came here or anything, just understand what we're gonna be talking about here today compared to that shit is like working with matches. We have fireworks here, okay? This is the big shit. So let's begin. So word number one. Some of you should be able to guess it. It's probably my favorite word in the world right now. The other ones you might not have heard. Word number one, vision. Okay, vision. Your big, huge, throbbing vision for yourself in life. Okay, vision. What is your big, huge, throbbing vision? It's the amazing life and world you've dreamt up for yourself by yourself, right? It's where you're going at breakneck speed. It's what turns you on every time you think about it. It's bold, it's massive, and it's yours. It's your big, huge, throbbing vision. It is the dream life that you have created for yourself. You've envisioned, you've pictured in your mind, you've connected with emotionally. It's the thing that you are going towards, right? Your vision for you. It wasn't created by someone else. It wasn't like an unconscious suggestion that a friend or a parent or an influence in your life made for you. It is what you took time away from the world and said, what the fuck do I want to do with my life? Where do I want to go? What's the thing that turns me on the most when I think about it? Okay? An example, you guys probably know my current vision for myself. The thing that turns, so put it this way. I'm going to talk about this later. So my current vision right now for myself, you already know my mission in life, right? That is the biggest vision I have right now, is flipping back those power scales in Western culture, right? Transforming 1 million men worldwide into fucking badasses, right? But it's more than that, right? That sounds really good, right? That sounds really good. That sounds like a big brand who wanted to do some good PR would say that, right? Everyone agree? It's like, it's morally like that's, but it's true, right? But it's true. But it's also like, that's part of it, right? But with your vision, dude, it's got to be some shit, some emotional shit, like the weird shit. You know what I mean? We all have that weird shit that we want that we have no reason why, but we just want to do it, right? So like a couple years ago, I had this vision. For some reason, I just wanted to buy $1,000 champagne, find some girl with fake tits, and just blast her in the face with the champagne. Don't know why. Why would I want to do such a thing? I'd rather ejaculate on her face, right? But I was like, I just want to blast this girl in the face with champagne, right? And I want her to just be like just taking it, it covers her, right? That was part of my vision, though, right? You don't have to make it, totally acceptable for the world. This is for you, right? It's the shit you want to do. So that was part of it, right? Another part of my vision right now is I'm building the Capitol compound, right? So that's going to happen probably in the next 6 months, where I'm going to have, I just kind of found a house already. We have 1 full acre. It's going to be in Southern California, and it's going to be the new Playboy Mansion. We're going to have Team Capital girls that live there. We're going to have the sickest fucking pool parties there. We're going to have DJs. We're going to have parties. We're going to have photo shoots. I'm going to have my gym there. We have a tennis court there. It's going to be like, it's going to be fucking amazing, right? We're going to take over the whole culture. That's another vision that I have for myself. It's going to be fucking awesome. All you guys are welcome to come. Who wants to come? Hang out. See? That is the power of vision right there, okay? I'm going to tell you why it triggers female obsession. The very first reason why is it's so fucking rare in today's world, all right? Everyone is thirsty for a vision, okay? Everyone around you, this whole fucking city and the rest of the world, they are thirsty for a vision because they don't have one right now. What they have is a boring agenda given to them by someone else. Wake up, brush your boring teeth, eat your boring breakfast, go to your boring work, leave your boring work, maybe go to the boring gym, have a boring workout, come home, possibly have boring sex if you're not a bitch, right? Watch some more boring TV, go to sleep in your boring bed that you don't love, and then do the same thing the next day. That's what most people do. It is incredibly rare that they meet someone with a vision, right? They're thirsty for it. It's something rare, exciting, fresh, new. They can picture it in their mind, and they look at it, and they're like, fuck, I want to go there. Who here pictured the Capitol compound as I was describing it just now? And who here is thinking to themselves, once they saw that picture, like, fuck, I want to go party there, right? Dude, you talk about matches versus fireworks. Huge difference. And when you're talking to a girl, we're going to talk about how to use vision in a second. When you're talking to a girl and you're describing your vision to her, dude, think about what I just did to you guys when I was describing my vision. Imagine if you're one-on-one with a girl and you guys already are vibing, and you start describing your vision for yourself 1 year from now where you're going to be. It's over. It's not even fair. Okay, fireworks.